Everybody, I'm Kim Wilkin, your realtor and broker associate here in Austin, Texas. Today, I have a very special guest, a very famous local lender. This is Stefanie Hernandez. Hi, Stefanie. How are you today?
Hey, Kim. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So the reason I have Stefanie here, first of all, she's been in the business for more than 20 years. She's division manager and also loan officer here at Cadence Bank. What she works with and what she is famous for here in Austin are her doctor loans. She has some specific loans that are available to doctors. So Stefanie, can you tell us a little bit about why a doctor might need a specific loan rather than just a conventional loan?
So doctors are great clients, and they often, however, are going through residency, medical school. They oftentimes accumulate a lot of student debt, and they haven't had any chance to save for down payment. So medical professional loans are totally geared for them so that they can come into a house, even up to $1.5 million with no money down in the Austin area. And we also have very, very many considerations for our doctor loans where we don't have to count their student loan debt. Those in particular are really good reasons for doctors to do medical professional loans.
So it's actually a medical professional loan. So does that mean a doctor and a dentist, both?
Correct. So you can do, as long as you have a medical license and you are a doctor, a dentist, you can also be a resident or a fellow, like attaining your medical license. You all qualify under this product.
So under those medical professional, what is it, a medical license loan? What is the actual name of this product?
It's actually called just a medical professional loan.
Okay.
And there are many companies that have them. However, a lot of them are capped out at a lower loan amount. At Cadence, we have medical professional loans in the Austin MSA up to $1.5 million with no money down. We also allow our medical professionals to roll in up to 3% in closing costs if needed. So they're literally coming to the table with no money, which is great when you're a resident or a fellow and you haven't had, again, an opportunity to save money.
So, okay, let me see if I understand this correctly. So even if you're not fully licensed yet, you are a resident or a fellow and you're in the process, you may have gotten a kick up in your income and you're no longer a student. But of course, a lot of doctors do have a lot of debt. So this particular product, they get 100% loan plus up to 3% in closing costs.
Up to the conforming loan amount, that's correct.
Okay.
So on a $1.5 million loan, that would simply be that we are lending you $1.5 million if you're needing it to purchase the house. But on a conforming loan amount, so say you're buying a $700,000 loan and the seller's not kicking in any contributions, then you can roll in up to $21,000 towards closing costs. So literally,
Which is the 3% of the $700,000.
correct.
Okay.
And if you are have already put your earnest money down, say you've put $7,000 down in earnest money, you can actually walk away from the closing table with $7,000 in your pocket.
That's crazy.
That
is crazy.
It is such a great product.
So what exactly is a conforming or non-conforming loan? There are a lot of us who might be watching this video that don't quite understand what that is. So can you tell us the difference?
Yes. So conforming loan amount is right now a loan that is at or under $726,200. And anything above that is a jumbo loan.
So, Stefanie, does that mean that there are different rates and different fees for conforming or non-conforming loans, or a jumbo loan or a conforming loan?
There are so many adjectives that you put in front of a loan, and that's one of them. Is it a conforming loan? Is it a non-conforming loan? What are their clients' credit scores? Are they putting money down? Or are they not putting money down? So all of these affect your rates. The fees are also affected by the loan amount. However, again, on all of the doctor loans that I've been able to do, or most of them, the fees you can wrap into the loan, again, if they're in a conforming loan amount. So it's just it's a fantastic product for someone who's a resident, who's a fellow, or just coming out of that and going into their first full-time position as a full-fledged doctor, because they're income is going to quadruple or more in the course of a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I do know a lot of doctors that will stay under a $1.5 million price budget as well. So, this particular doctor loan or medical professional loan, they can go up to 1.5 million. So once it's 1.5 million, can they get up to the 3% in closing costs back, or it's just 1.5, that's the cap, that's the top?
The cap is a conforming loan amount, so it's not even
Oh,
the
okay.
cap, it's to the 726,200.
Okay.
But they can, and if they're willing to put money down, we do have doctor loans that go above 1.5 million. But that's the 1.5 million is a cap where they actually don't have to put any down payment.
What if you had been a doctor for 10 years now? Could you still do this 100% loan?
You can. You
Okay.
can. I do many doctors that have been in the business for 20 years and they're just selling their house, buying a new house, and they want to invest their money in other things. So they'll do 100% financing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so, Stefanie, are the rules kind of interesting and a little more intricate because you specialize in this? This is one of your specialties. So, are there some tricks and things that, like, when you're doing a medical professional loan, you don't want to just go to any lender. You want to come to Stefanie because this is what one of your specialties is. This is what you do. So, are there some intricacies that we don't see in regular loans for regular people like us?
There are a lot of self-employed doctors. There's a lot of doctors that move from their fellowship into a completely self-employed position, or they move into a variable rate position as an ER doctor. There's all their income is kind of complicated, and we do have a lot of leeway with that, which is fantastic. So I think it's the product is a portfolio loan, so it's held by the bank. It's always serviced by the bank. So it's a great way to kind of stay with the bank and integrate and continue with your loan. And we are always the contact person, even during your servicing.
That's amazing. So just for those of us who are not completely familiar, there are mortgage brokers, there's mortgage banks, there's mortgage this. Well, Cadence Bank is a bank, but typically what happens when you close on your house, about a month later, you get a letter from your old mortgage company that you closed with, like say, I'm just pretending, with Wells Fargo, and then they're like, hey, we just sold your loan to Bubba's Bank, so you now start paying Bubba's Bank. Well, with Cadence Bank and this medical professional loan, that's what makes us unique. So you guys fund the loan, so it's not coming from a third party, which makes it easier for your underwriting.
Yes.
And then you service a loan. So the doctors are a one-stop shop, right? And meaning that you fund the loan and you service the loan means that they start the relationship when they get pre-qualified with you, and then they continue with the relationship for years to come, which is unique in this industry, correct?
Correct. And we also lend across several states. So I often when a doctor finishes their residency or their fellowship, they move to take a different position. So I can help them with their next loan, and they can even keep the house and use the doctor program again. It's not something that they can only do once.
Oh, that's really good.
Great.
That's great. So you can use it as long as you're a doctor. As long as you have an active medical license, you can continue to use it?
Correct.
That's amazing. So as long as you're a doctor, a dentist, a fellow, or a resident.
Correct.
Those are the four options. And your rate will depend on your credit, your history, all of that.
But we do have seasonal rate specials, and
Nice.
generally the spring through the summer every year. And that is specifically geared towards those that are moving into residency or into a fellowship, or out of a residency or fellowship into a new position.
So that's amazing. So typically doctors will graduate in the winter time and they're starting new positions in the spring. Is that why you do that? Am I correct in saying that?
Actually, they graduate in the spring, but then they typically have their work contracts for the following summer or for the following fall.
Okay.
The other thing that's great about the MedPro product, apropos that, is that once they have their new employment contract, they can close on the house as long as they're starting their new employment within 120 days of closing on the house.
Oh, that's amazing. So does that mean if there's a doctor relocating here or a new doctor coming into Dell Medical or Dell Children's or something like that, they have a letter of an employment that says that I'm Dr. Joe and I'm going to be making this much, they can actually buy the house as long as they're moving into the house? No, as long as they're starting their job within 120 days.
Correct. So
Okay.
what they all have to do is email us and say, we're great with sending you our first paycheck as soon as we start. And if your close date falls within 120 days of your start date, then we're good with it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's super convenient for all of you doctors relocating to Austin, because Austin is becoming quite the medical hub. MD Anderson just announced that they are going to be putting in some facilities here around UT. UT's building, Dell, there's Children's, there's Seton, there's ARC, there's so much medical that is happening here, and a lot of education, and they are forward thinking and innovative hospitals that are happening here in Austin, which is really exciting. So
Exactly. It's just it's a great opportunity for doctors. We have so many here in Austin, and so many great facilities. And we have our med school here, which is fantastic. So we are lucky to work with a lot of great doctors moving into the city or moving around the city.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, is there anything else that we should know right now besides, first of all, go to the description below. You can reach out to me. My contact information is there. I've also put Stefanie's contact information there as well. We would love to help you with your medical professional loans here in Austin, whether you're already local or you're relocating or just changing jobs or ready for a new house. But Stefanie, is there anything else that we should touch on before we sign off here on this little chat?
No, not really. I mean, I think that the basics that we've covered, I think that our MedPro loan is great. We offer them on 30-year fixed. We also do a lot of ARMs on our products because we know that the doctors are going to be moving around a bit. But I have done this loan for over 9 years here, and it's just a fantastic product. It's one of my favorite.
That's amazing. Well, Stefanie, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And remember, I'm Kim Wilkin, your realtor and broker associate here in Austin, Texas. And our team, I promise, our team will help you realize your real estate dreams here in town. Take care. See you on the next video.
Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.